But you, I believe, would agree that we don't have enough. I want to know if there's anybody in this audience that is looking for a job, underemployed, unemployed, and stretching to make ends meet, because we know our neighbors. Please stand up. You're Karen Hyde, and well, if I would have read it, it says looking for a full-time job. That's pretty descriptive. Karen, tell me what your situation is, and what would you like to ask the governor in terms of jobs?
Thank you for coming this evening. I appreciate it. My question is, in the terms of jobs that are being created in the state of Michigan, what percentage are full-time that offer benefits versus part-time that do not offer benefits?
I can't give you all the specific numbers, but what I can tell you, I'll give you an illustration that we have a website called mitalent.org that has about openings in our state. And I really feel for you not having a job. How long have you been looking?
I do have a part-time job, but it does not offer benefits to me. So I am also doing piecework for an entrepreneur in the area that I live. So that helps me as well as money. But as far as benefits, that's my biggest concern.
And when you, not to interrupt, but when you say benefits, you're talking primarily about health care?
Healthcare benefits, yes.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Karen, because it's a big issue. So that's one of the focuses we really are trying to zero in. But to give you an idea, a lot of the jobs that have been created and they're open are actually very good jobs. But what we're finding is there's a mismatch of where people either live or their skill sets. And that's something we really need to work on, and that's the mitalent.org illustration. We have probably 60 or 70,000 open jobs in Michigan. And these are good, well-paying jobs. But quite often there's not an alignment. They're accountants, they're engineering jobs, they're skilled trades jobs. And so one of the big messages you're going to hear in the rest of this year, the first part of this year, is I'm focusing on getting the private sector and our educational institutions to have a much better dialogue about helping make that match happen. And that's something we want to really see happen, to say, if you took a particular course or you found something else, because I'm sure you'd be interested in doing that if it would lead to that job.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So let's try to make that connection happen, because the jobs of the future are not the same as the jobs of the past. They require more skills or different skills than many of us have. We need to be more thoughtful and more proactive on making that connection. And if you looked at the budget we just did, we had several items about skilled trades in particular and community colleges to really make that match happen.
Thank you.
And I hope you do well.
Thank you.
Check out mitalent.org.
Okay. I'm very familiar with that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to step over here quickly. We are coming up to take a break. We're going to take a break for weather, Governor, because as we've all talked about, it's pretty nasty out there. So we're going to try to get at least one more in about jobs. You are Jennifer Owens. You're the Vice President of Southwest Michigan First.
So we're all about jobs, Governor. So today I got a site search request only looking for regions with CNC welders and machinists. So there continues to be a skills gap in terms of what is available and what people are looking for. So can you talk about how you're going to grow the skills trades to match our employers' needs with the opportunities that we face?
Yeah, Jennifer, and you know this area well, and you're doing a great job in Southwest Michigan First. There's a lot of steps already in the pipeline that we're working on. In March, we're going to do an economic development summit, bringing the private sector together to talk about what their requirements are, where they are, and why. In April, I'm doing a statewide education summit to go to the people that supply, the people that go with that demand. And we're going to get them all to talk. So that's a big step. mitalent.org is a good step. We created a program called Mat Squared, which is really interesting. I learned this, I did this on a trip to Germany, and we explored it and it turned out well, where we actually have a group of companies with locations in Michigan that are doing an apprenticeship program like they do in Germany, that really work with kids coming out of high school, that basically says they'll employ them. They'll get paid to go to community college, get a community college degree, and they'll have a job when they finish the program. So we're going to pilot that this next year. It's very exciting. In this budget, there is $10 million for skilled trade training. I did a skilled trade challenge for 2015 for community colleges to say, come give us your innovative ideas, and we'll put up $50 million of bond money, of capital, for investment for the best places doing skilled trade. And I did a $100 million bond offering opportunity for more engineering graduates in Michigan, where we know there are jobs. So we're very much on top of this, but we're going to stay after it, because you don't solve this overnight. We have to stay fired up and dedicated to doing this, because our most precious asset are kids or people looking for work that we need to help.
It seems impossible that we've gone through a half an hour already, but there's another half hour to go and many more subjects to get to. One of the other things that we're keeping a close eye on here at 24-Hour News 8, in addition to the budget, the future of Michigan, your money, your voice, we've got some nasty weather in the area, and we want to go over to the tracking center, get a quick update.